Hey traders, welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. Today is Monday, January 25th. Welcome back for another daily market recap. It's Rod with Powell Group, and I'm back after a week of no videos. Happy to be back and giving you guys a quick update. Again, I broke my hand, as most of you are aware, so I'm not going to be doing any video today. Just going to be trying to focus on navigating with my left hand, which has been a struggle. So in today's video, we're going to do a quick recap of the markets. We'll look at the crypto markets selling off a little bit here. We're also going to discuss the stock Draganfly, up over 35% today, closed up 36.26%. So we'll do some technical analysis on that and the overall broader market. And in terms of news and events, I'm going to keep that section a little shorter today. So there wasn't really a whole lot other than Moderna came out saying there were some worries this morning in the beginning of the day that they came out saying that they weren't entirely sure. They don't believe that their cure is going to protect against this new strain and this new variant. So we also saw Joe Biden put a travel ban on South Africa and the UK and a couple other countries in order to mitigate that spread. So we're seeing a little bit of uncertainty there, and we're going to be watching stimulus, whether or not that gets passed. So again, we'll continue to check in on those headlines. I think that's going to be very, very crucial going forward. And obviously any kind of big tech breakup or just bigger taxes on corporations and capital gains, I think that's going to impact the markets as well. If we have issues passing stimulus, that's also going to hurt the markets, and we'll continue to monitor this new variant as it progresses. So again, crypto seeing a little mini sell-off here, trying to bounce, but we are in 15-minute downtrends on all of the major coins. Ethereum did break to an all-time high yesterday. We hit a new all-time high at 1477, and we had a pretty nasty pullback into consolidation. And you need to determine a plan whether or not you're going to sit through daily consolidation. We got about a little over 2 hours left in crypto. So we could be seeing signs that daily consolidation is coming, and you need to determine whether or not you're going to want to stomach that and sit through that. If you're going to trim, hold majority cash, go all cash, these are all things you need to determine. So you have a plan when you know what hits the fan. So taking a look at SPY, the overall broader market. So we did have a mini sell-off into the beginning of the day today with the S&P 500, the tech sector, but bulls responded very nicely, bought the dip. And you can see here we lost EMA 12. We did have daily consolidation from last week as well, and that continued into the beginning of the day today, but bulls bought the dip, and it was just a slow grind up throughout most of the day. But we are starting to see a little bit of weakness and cautious and signs of mini red flags out there. So this needs to be a time where you start to reflect on your game plan, what you're going to do if we see prolonged weekly consolidation on SPY. Personally, I'm hedging with SPXS, SQQQ, FNGD, and for the most part today, my account was about flat. So even though when we opened up, 9 points lower on QQQ on that sell-off, SPY, we were down to 378. So even when we were down to those levels, my hedging was offsetting those losses on my long positions, and my account value stayed roughly about the same. And it helps you just maintain a level head and keeps your emotions in check once all that craziness starts to happen and we start to see a massive flush in a short period of time. And like I said, we flushed down there very, very nasty in about 30 minutes. And then it took all day just to regain that. And we didn't even get back to the highs. So we did see some significant bull volume there into the day, end of the day there on the 5-minute as well. But the more names that change their hourly trends back to an uptrend, the better. And you can see here on SPY, we did have a low, high, higher low with an hourly bull flag into a higher high. So it looks like our daily higher lows are set. And just again, taking a look at the daily chart, we did break the high of Friday, which was 384.13. So it looks like the daily bounce is underway. We'll see how much of a bounce we can get, but we'll need to just remain cautious It's never a bad plan to, at all-time highs when markets are this euphoric. We saw GameStop as well today, just up over 100%, and the call activity and just the overall sentiment in the markets right now is dangerously euphoric. So taking a look at the dollar. So we are scouting, we're in a daily uptrend, but we did pull back from that higher high and we are testing the lows here. So that's a little bit of a red flag here on the dollar, but we are holding that low. Most important support on the dollar is going to be 89.92. And we are holding that. So we have a nice base of support here at about 90.04, 05, 06. So we'll say 90 is going to be the most important short term. And if we do lose that, then we'll be looking down to 89.92. If we lose that, we lose the daily uptrend, and we'll be looking down to 89.20, which is our recent lows. Notable that we have monthly support at 88.20 as well. So just scouting those daily higher lows, could be a potential head and shoulders here with the left shoulder, head, potential right shoulder forming, and the neckline right around here. So again, just something to be aware of, and playing devil's advocate here. Not completely out of the woods yet for the dollar. If we can break above this recent high at 90.95, that is going to be very, very telling. And we'll look at 91.01. But after that, very limited resistance on the daily chart. So we had IWM essentially flat on the day. I'll run through these a little quicker. QQQ up almost 1%. We had SMH, the semiconductor, up almost 0.5%. We had the TAN solar sector ETF down 1.75%. US oil was up over 1.5%. So it continues to be strong in relation to the overall broader market. We had gold flat on the day and silver down about 0.7%. XBI though, the biotech sector ETF up 3%, continues to remain one of the lead bulls and stand out as one of the strongest. We had the home builders ETF down, but essentially flat, and XLE down over 1%, while oil was up 1.5%. So that was notable. XLF financial sector down about 0.75%, and healthcare up a little over 0.5%. So again, looks like daily higher lows are set on most of these names. XLF didn't break the high of Friday. XLV right there, closed near the high of the day. XLE didn't break the high of Friday. XBI, clear daily higher low, is now set and established here at the low of 148.81. Notable that VIX was up almost 6% today as well. So that's pretty much does it for the broader market. So we'll look at the Draganfly chart here. So we did close the day up 36%. So congrats to the bulls. And just taking a look at the daily chart, you can see here we are very overextended on the daily chart. The RSI is getting extended. We are sitting at 85.86. We did have increasing bull volume, close near the high of the day. So very, very strong chart. Once again, hats off to the bulls on DFLY. That is just a huge monthly chart. So obviously this comes off of news that they are being uplisted to the NASDAQ. Let's take a look here. And we're looking at firepower in this Cure delivery race. So like I said, this came out on the 13th that they were beginning the process of uplisting to the NASDAQ. And ever since then, it's just been bulls in full control. But we did have the low here at 40 cents. And from that low, we're up 1,200% in just a little over a month. On the weekly, you can see here we are starting to drop off on volume. So that's notable. The RSI in the weekly is at 93. So just be very, very cautious on this name. When we do pull back, it's likely going to be double-digit percentages, likely 20, 30%. And we don't have any real daily support from all the way down here at the low of 57 cents. We have a little bit of one here. Get a low of 130, 122, but never really broke the previous low of the previous. We lost it here by about 1 penny. The low 179, 174. So I guess you could consider 174 as a mini higher low here, but not, again, not a very clear pivot point. EMA 12 has been rock solid as well. So that would be a clear line in the sand. If we lost that level, that would be a clear momentum shift back to the bears. But bulls, like I said, are in full control, and we need to lose the hourly uptrend to be confident that the daily consolidation is underway. And we need to lose the low of the previous daily low tomorrow. So if we were to lose the low of today tomorrow, obviously that would be underway. But the size of the range today, it's entirely possible that we see an hourly or a daily inside bar tomorrow and tightening range. But again, taking a look at the hourly chart, we're in an hourly uptrend. We do have hourly support here at 286. So that'll be the most important short-term support on the hourly chart. We also have EMA 12 there as well at 3.06. So we'll see if we potentially see a gap up tomorrow. Obviously, $4 psychological will be a very clear resistance level, and then $5 after that. But we are in blue sky breakouts, so don't fight those bulls. 5-minute chart, very overextended. We did have a 5-minute higher low down here at 326. So again, once we do pull back, we could potentially see a drop of 10 to 20% very, very easily. Taking a look at the weekly chart, you can see here we are going parabolic. The stochastic is starting to wane out and stall out here a little bit. We'll see if we get across there, but still ultimately bullish. MACD is absolutely blasting off as well. And as you can see, the 10-week moving average is just going vertical here, but all the way down at $1.32. So again, this isn't financial advice. This isn't a buy or a sell recommendation, but this is just a friendly heads up to be on the lookout of some significant potential consolidation in the near-term future. Taking a look at the weekly 50 moving average all the way down at 79 cents. And on the daily chart, we did have that 50 crossing through the 100 and the 50-day moving average crossing through the 200 for a golden cross all in one go. And then the 100 crossed through the 200. So very, very bullish chart. MACD is very bullish on the daily as well. So again, RSI, we are getting very overextended, and we could potentially see a blow off top coming and a volume climax if we haven't already seen it here. But again, don't fight those bulls in blue sky breakout. No major red flags. Need to hold those hourly uptrends to, I'd be riding the hourly uptrend, setting my stop below the previous hourly high or low, and just riding this train up. That would be my game plan if anybody were to ask me on what I thought. So taking a look at some other names, BlackBerry was up over $18 today, up 28% at the close. BYND up over 12% as well. DDD continues to impress, up over 5% at 36, just at $4 not that long ago, a couple of months ago. Absolutely insane. Tesla got a price upgrade today. Space was up over 5%. Taking a look at the bear list. So Riot obviously was down based on that weakness this morning in crypto. And we did get a little bit of a heads up as well that crypto could potentially see some weakness when we saw that sell-off on SPY and QQQ this morning. But we'll continue to move along here, as I do want to keep this video a little shorter. So we'll just take a quick peek at the Canadian MJ sector. On the bear list, we had VLNS, Hexo, TGOD, SNDL, APHA, Cron, TGOD, PCLO. On the bull list, we had PWR, RIV, and Fire close flat. But you can see that not a lot of green out there today in the marijuana sector. And we'll take a look at CGC, closed down over 2.5%. APHA down over 7%. Tilray, almost 5% decline on the day. But as you can see, we are still consolidating on the daily. Let's bring up the daily chart here. So we did hold this previous low. So CGC has definitely been standing out as stronger, holding its daily higher lows here at 32.35. And we also have EMA 12 there holding as well. So notably stronger. If we take a look at APHA, you can see here we did lose the low of 1201, hit a low of 1188. So again, the names that ran harder are pulling back harder, and same with Hexo. We're still consolidating on the daily. This is a clear lower high every candle. So as soon as we break the high of the previous day, so if we were to break the high of today, tomorrow, then the daily bounce would be underway. We are looking to form a base of support here off EMA 12. So I scaled in a little bit of some of my position. I've been building back this position in Hexo. I did sell when we had that, I think it was the second or third gap up at, we had a high of 782. So basically I was up over 100% from my long entry down here at around $3.50, $4. And like I said, just remaining protective, had over 100% gains from my positions that I've been building since August in the summer. And like I said, sold over $7. I didn't sell the exact top, but sold around 760s. And then I exited. And like I said, I've just been slowly scaling back in. And I bought, I think, about 500 shares today, just slowly adding to that position. And again, we're in a clear daily consolidation pattern with a lower low every candle and a lower high every candle for the last 6 days. So as soon as we break that pattern, we'll see if bulls can do it tomorrow. We could be setting up for a daily inside bar. But if we do break the low of today, which is at 604, then we'll be looking down to EMA 26 as a potential bounce point, which is all the way down at $5.40. We are up here a little bit after hours though, about 4 cents. So we'll see if bulls can carry the momentum. That's pretty much all I had in terms of Canadian MJ. We'll take a look at US MJ. We did see some hourly volume coming into MSOS into the end of the day. We'll just zoom in. So a lot of bull volume there into the end of the day, looking to hold 45. But we did close down about 1.5% on MSOS. And just taking a look at the bear list on the day today, Ian, so there's another report out about Ian, and this company is just an absolute train wreck. I've been telling people to stay away from it, even with the news of the US potentially legalizing, but essentially there was some leaked information that came out on Ian, and you can just do a quick Google search on that. Again, I'm going to move on in terms of time, but just take a look at New Cannabis Ventures, and I'm pretty sure their latest article that they mentioned on there. But the shit show, for lack of a better word, continues on Ian, and personally, I wouldn't be touching that stock with a 10-foot pole. High Tide up over 21% today, continues to impress. KBEV closed up almost 10%. This is a play that I took last week, and I mentioned it in I think in my last video, and also still swinging some ZENA, Xena, and I've got Hive as well, Hive blockchain. Added a little bit of that position today on that weakness, and just take a look at Ethereum, still trying to bounce here. So we pretty much are just looking for these daily consolidation patterns to end. We're seeing on the American side as well that we're seeing significant consolidation, and that Ian news is obviously hurting peers. Again, not a whole lot of green out there today, but High Tide, we had KBEV up, we had BioHarvest, NBEV. So we did have some green. It was to the US side. So obviously a little bit more gains here on the American side, but I would be potentially looking for scales to turn here in the next couple of days. Let's just bring up the True chart. So obviously one of the lead MSOs in the US. So we did break the low here of the previous daily higher low, which was at 52.60. We hit 50. We actually double bottomed to the penny. So that's notable. That's going to be a very clear support level going forward. So we'll be watching that level going into the rest of the week and especially into tomorrow. But we are looking to break the high of Friday today. We got to 55.60, so we essentially double topped after the double bottom. So if we can break the high of today, 55.60, then the daily bounce will be underway, and we'll look up to recent resistance, which is all-time high, up at $60.91. So again, MJ in general is pulling back. So if you're wondering why your name is pulling back, whether it be APHA, Tilray, Hexo, you name it, it's just overall consolidation amongst the entire sector. And we had weakness in SPY. Obviously, marijuana stocks are weaker relatively speaking compared to SPY. So we'll see if we can break those lower high patterns going into tomorrow, see if we can get the daily bounces underway, and best of luck going into tomorrow. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. Again, thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Again, as a recap, didn't have video on today as I'm trying to focus on navigating the mouse as I broke my hand. So I'll try and get my videos out to you guys as much as possible. Not sure if I'll get them out every day or not, but I will do my best. And again, just trying to get healthy and stay off my hand as much as possible and have a full recovery so that I can come back stronger. Can't wait to resume regular format. And like I said, thanks again for joining us and best of luck going into tomorrow. Make sure to establish your game plans.